Hello everyone, another video. So today let's talk about characters, and this applies to whether you're using them for your role-playing game or whether you're writing them. Remember, the key to believable characters is the fact that they appear human, even if they're different races, such as elves, dwarves, whatever. Not important. What is important is their believability and their humanity. Now let me explain. So, you ever been watching a show and the heroes do something so completely stupid that you as a viewer or you as a reader, if you're reading something, go, that makes no sense. Why would they have done that? If that's ever happened, that is bad writing. That is a writer not making that character believable for the sake of the story. If you're role playing, this is also just as important because role-playing is a collective game. You have to work with others, and all of you need to get along, roughly, to help proceed and move the story forward. So, if you have a character in your group who never goes along with any other suggestions, never actually helps any other players out, and they tell you, well, it's because my character is very independent and they're used to doing things on their own. No, that's kind of jerkish. Because in real life, if there was somebody you knew that liked to do things on their own, didn't like to help out, didn't want to work well with others, never took any suggestions, unless they were your boss, you would avoid them like the plague. So it also applies to role-playing groups, and if you're going to write, it applies to characters as well. Now, so you have two examples. One example is you have a character that can do no wrong. With women characters, they call it a Mary Sue. I think it's called something else for men. I can never remember it. That doesn't matter. But characters who can do no wrong, who solve every problem, who happen to have just the right tool, know just the right people, stuff like that, it's boring. Let's be quite honest here. Whether you're making a role-playing character or you're writing a character, nobody wants to read or interact with somebody who can do everything. It gets boring real quick. So you have to make sure you put flaws in there. Now make sure you put believable flaws. Believable flaws? Yes, believable flaws. Because nothing takes you out of the verisimilitude of a world, whether it's your role-playing world or whether you're reading something, like a character acting unbelievable. This goes back to my first point. Say you have a character and you're writing them, and the character is a average Joe, and her mom gets killed in a mugging. If you have that character suddenly become mugger, criminal, because they feel that only criminals have rights and they have the power and stuff like that, that doesn't sound very believable, does it? You have that same character wanting to enact vengeance if they withdrew from the world, if they turn to vices such as drugs and alcohol to hide the pain of their mom being taken away from them suddenly. These are all believable reactions. Again, you should make sure you have those believable reactions if you're doing it in a role-playing game or if you're writing a character. Because as much as you may think it's clever, or you may be like, well, I've never seen this before, so nobody's ever done it. A lot of times there's a reason nobody's ever done it. If you've never been able to find an example of it, where you can do a Google search on it, you can find an example of a person or a character behaving in this way, there's probably a good reason for it. And if you can't find it, it's more likely because it hasn't been popular, or everybody who tried it, it turned out really badly. You got to have that same kind of level of realism in your characters, whether they're fantasy or not. Because we all are characters in somebody else's story. And it's important that the characters in your story are believable. I know, a little cheesy. Trying it out, see how it works. Alright, that's not gonna, about 4.5 mark. So I just want to keep this video a little short. Hope you all liked it. If you do, go ahead and leave a comment and let me know what you think. And I will talk to you later.